Detective Chief Inspector Owen Seeger. James Parker. On July the 12th, you were seen leaving the premises of a Mr. and Mrs. Cunningham's. Various items of jewellery, gold watch, some money were taken. Do you like robbing pensioners, do you? August 17th, you were seen coming out of a subway by Kirkdale Station, where a Mr. Kevin Walsh was beaten and mugged. 2 other separate occasions, you were seen leaving the local off-licence Blackburn Grove, where you live, round the corner, which is a coincidence. Do you recognise this?
No.
What about that? So you don't recognise your own picture? You know, I'm tired. And when I'm tired, I get a bit angry. So what I'm going to do, James, is I'm going to ask you to admit this. Because I've already got you banged to rights.
I don't know what you're talking about.
4 crimes, 4 separate occasions. CCTV, witnesses, fingerprints. I don't even have to be here. Why I'm here is because I'm curious. See, I'm curious as for someone who's never even had so much as a parking ticket. But do this in the space of 4 months.
Maybe I was bored.
You were bored. Are you trying to be funny? You trying to be a smart ass with me? So you were bored. So you're robbing old people's houses, mugging people. Do you think you'd be bored when you're in jail? Because that's where you're going. You're going to go to jail. There's no get off. I mean, the policy is you commit an offence the first time and they let you away with it. But you've done 4.
I did those things.
So you're admitting it?
Yeah.
Well, that's good. Because I won't have to phone your wife now, will I? What's her name? Claire?
Don't phone that, please.
I thought she'd verify. But you've admitted it now.
Claire doesn't need to know any of this. She doesn't even know I've done this. She thinks I'm still at work.
You know, I've been doing this job for 15 years. And I still can't understand why you've done this over it. I mean, before this you had a perfect record, clean as a whistle. And then over the space of 4 months, you turn into a scumbag. James, is anyone? Do you owe money?
No.
Loan sharks?
No.
Well then give me a reason. Give me a reason so you don't have to. Go down, spend tonight in the cells, then tomorrow you'll be taken to prison. Have you ever done prison before?
No.
How do you think you'd last in prison? They'll eat you alive in prison. You did this, didn't you? You did this.
Yes!
Now, I'm just waiting for the bullshit excuse, you know. Mummy didn't give you enough love, or Daddy, did Daddy leave home? What's your excuse?
I don't
What's
know.
your excuse for mugging people and robbing pensioners? Come on, scumbag. What's your excuse? I want you to think about what you've done when you were in that prison cell. Because that's where you're going. Now tell me, because it doesn't fit in, why you're doing this. You've never done nothing wrong before. And over the space of what, 4 months? So tell me.
I had to.
You had to. Go on.
A few months ago, my daughter was diagnosed with an illness that the NHS can't treat unless we pay for it out of our own pockets.
You do know I can check up on everything you say.
It's all true. I worked. I worked an honest living. I worked, and then, of all the things to happen, I lost my job. I couldn't break the news to my wife. I couldn't break the news to Claire. So I did what I had to do. I went out, and I got the money. My daughter's dying, Chief. Although I wouldn't expect you to understand. You have no idea what it feels like to be used.
You don't expect me to understand. You don't expect me to understand! I've lost someone. I've lost someone. I'm sorry.
Father, child.
Son.
What happened?
2 years ago, I got a phone call. I was busy. I was arresting real criminals, not scumbags like you. And then I got told to meet my wife outside the hospital. The rest was a blur. Just remember tablets and going home. The house was cold and miserable. And one day I'd find a toy and it'd remind me of him. The next day she'd find a blanket or a rattle. You see, you don't think when they're that young, when they're that little, you don't think they're gonna die. You know, in this day and age, you think something's gonna be done. So I didn't ignore her, I just thought he'd be okay. I expected him to be okay. I nearly ended up splitting up there. We hated each other. We were just misery. So I do know what it's like. Don't tell me I don't know what it's like. At the time, there was nothing could be done, and well, I wouldn't wish that on anyone.
No. Can't you see then? This is exactly why I did what I had to do.
That's no excuse for what you've done. That's no excuse for this.
I had to try something. Please understand. I would never do this again. I didn't know what I was thinking. I went out and I thought I was doing the right thing. I mean, it was only stuff. It was only.
You get a
things.
caution. You get a caution for one. But this is 4.
Please, there must be something you can do. Chief, you lost someone very special to you. Please don't let me lose some. If I have to spend my daughter's last few months in prison, Please don't let that happen.
You know, I want to do something that I've never done before in my life. I want to break every rule in the book. I'll get you out of here.
Thank you, Chief. Thank you so much.
But there's something you should know. If I'm going to break every rule in the book to get you out, then you ever commit any more crimes, then I'm going to break every rule in the book to find you. Do you understand?
I understand.
And I will find you, and you will find out what prison's like. You'll get double. Do you understand?
I understand. I swear I won't do anything again. I just need this second chance. Thank you, Chief. Thank you, Chief.
Just go home to your family. Remember what I said.